It goes without saying that the popular business television show Shark Tank is a fun and educational way to see how investors think. Well, our sponsor, the Another Bite podcast, is here each week to delve deeper into Shark Tank episodes, helping entrepreneurs like you by offering their own unique thoughts, spin-off companies, critiques, and even talking with some of the folks who pitch to the sharks and live to tell the tale. From squatty potties to mensch on a bench, and even that weird golf club you use as a toilet, which has definitely been my favorite episode so far. I do highly recommend that one. Another Bite takes a fresh look at some of your favorite episodes and answers what these entrepreneurs are up to now. It's an amazing show for getting a more in-depth look at how businesses are built. And no matter where you are in your journey of work or business ownership, you can be sure you'll walk away with a fresh perspective. So listen to Another Bite, brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1188. Identifying your major and minor work is critical if you want to get focused on the important. By Pullein of carlpullein.com. And I am Dan, your personal narrator, and a very happy new year to you on this January 1st. Hope your year's off to a great start. And today I've got a post for you from Carl Pullein, and one that we think is pretty good for the start of the new year. It's all about prioritizing. So let's get to it now as we hear from Carl and optimize your life. Identifying your major and minor work is critical if you want to get focused on the important. By Carl Pullein of carlpullein.com. Most people go through their lives majoring in minor things, never identifying what it is that is important to them. And those who do identify their own major and minor things often find themselves majoring in the wrong things. Take, for example, a salesperson. What is their major work? Is it planning the sales call? Is it studying the market, learning more about the product they sell? No, it's none of these. They may be important, but they are minor things. The major work is the time spent in front of the customer. I work with a lot of clients who insist their sales team come into the office once a week to talk with their sales managers and to have meetings with product managers and for training. That's 20% of their working week spent in meetings and training that serve the administrators and helps HR tick boxes, but does nothing for the customer. It's important, of course, but it's minor time. No matter what you do, there are always things that matter and things that do not matter. The problem is the things that matter are often a lot harder than the things that do not matter. So it's more attractive to spend most of your time doing things that do not matter and feeling proud of how busy you are. Yet you are not doing anything of real value. You are majoring in minor things. One of the most productive things you can do is to take some time and work out exactly what things you do that have the biggest impact on what you are trying to achieve. A simple example would be if you were training to run a marathon. Sitting down and making a training plan is minor work. Going out for a 10 to 20 kilometer run would be major work. It has the biggest impact on your overall goal. Another would be if you were speaking at an international conference. Deciding when you would fly to the conference and which hotel you will stay in would be minor work. Preparing and developing your presentation would be major time. Minor work is important. A lot of the major work cannot be done without the minor work. But the issue is, how much time are you spending on the minor work and how much time are you spending doing the major work? It can be difficult to work out what your major and minor tasks are, but the effort and time you spend doing them will give you a better chance of being successful at whatever it is you want to accomplish. But you do have to work out what those tasks are. As a teacher, I know where my major and minor work is. Being in front of students and guiding them towards better performance is major work. It's my whole purpose. I try to spend most of my time working on tasks that will help my students perform better. Minor tasks are completing attendance records and dealing with administration. It does nothing to help the students, and it does nothing to make me a better teacher. Major work for me is spent writing and creating content. It is that content that helps people to learn how to become better at communicating or with time management and productivity. Major work is answering student questions. I am very clear about what my major work is, and my major work is my priority. Minor work does creep in from time to time, but because I am fully aware of what is major and what is minor, I know when this happens and can adjust my to-do list. An example of this is the end of the month, when many of my client companies ask me to provide an attendance record or an evaluation. Evaluations are useful for my students, but not for the company, as these are generally used for employee records and not used to help the student become a better communicator or better at time management. I do these tasks, but they are always lower priorities to what really matters, and that is helping my students. And this is something you have to figure out. What tasks have the biggest impact on what you do? What one task could you spend time on today that would have the most value on what it is you are trying to accomplish? These are the questions you should ask yourself as part of your Golden 10 evening routine, the 10 minutes at the end of every day when you plan the next day. When you get into the habit of identifying your major tasks, you spend the majority of your time on those tasks, and you find your productivity skyrockets on the things that are important. And this will give you a huge advantage over the 95% of people who never do anything to identify what their major work is. You just listened to the post titled, "Identifying Your Major and Minor Work is Critical If You Want to Get Focused on the Important," by Pullein of Pullein.com. We're driven by this search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search, but match. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. You want consistency and quality, but you also want variety and freshness. If you run a business, you want it all. With Nuts.com, you can get so many different delicious snacks and ingredients and know that they will consistently exceed your expectations. Nuts.com is your one-stop shop for the highest quality foods for business. They offer delicious office snacks, corporate gifts, and wholesale ingredients. And over 50,000 companies choose Nuts.com for their business needs, from offices to hotels to restaurants and retail stores. And we've even loved their product as remote workers. Nuts.com has sent us plenty of snacks that keep us energized and focused so we can deliver the best work that we can. Nuts.com makes ordering for your business quick and easy. Right now, Nuts.com is offering new business customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $125 or more at nuts.com/OWD. So go check out all the delicious options at nuts.com/OWD. You'll get that free gift and free shipping when you spend $125 or more. That's nuts.com/OWD. And thanks so much to Carl, whose last name, by the way, is spelled Pullein, and I do have his website linked in this episode's description. Carl is a renowned productivity and time management coach who's helped thousands of people around the world get better at managing their time and become more productive using technology that they already carry around with them every day. And he's got a podcast too. It's called the Working With Podcast, and I do recommend you check that out. Carl's also written 3 books on productivity and time management, and he also offers a couple of courses called Time and Life Mastery and Your Digital Life. His purpose is to help people learn how to manage their time so they can enjoy their lives and build a life they are truly proud of. He's featured over on Optimal Living Daily every once in a while as well, so please do check out that show for much more from Carl. And visit carlpullein.com to not only show your support, but also learn so much more and get a lot of great content, including that podcast and coaching that I mentioned, plus courses, webinars, the books, downloads, and so much more. Again, that's carlpullein.com. And that is going to do it for today. I thank you so much for starting off your year with us and for being a subscriber or follower of the show. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and again, a very happy new year to you from all of us here at the Optimal Podcasts. And with that, I will see you back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.